Hey guys, what's going on? MaxFTE here, and today we're going to be looking at some Master League battles in Pokemon Go in the Go Battle League. We're going to be using a triple flyer team, which one Smackdown Tyranitar and this team is just done for. However, we did pull off quite a few wins with this team. I believe this was for the battles. I believe it's their team. So go check them out on Twitch, Twitter, or X, whatever it's called. But yeah, did you also know that only 6.3% of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed? So if you're enjoying, make sure to leave a like, leave a subscribe, helps on the road to 7k. But yeah, let's jump into the battles. So yeah, this team consists of Ho-Oh on the lead, with Lugia on the safe swap and Rayquaza as the closer. Ho-Oh is quite a good, well, at least in my sort of elo range, I found it as quite a good lead. A lot of Dialga leads, a lot of Melmetal leads, which, I mean, Melmetal's sort of iffy. Obviously they can hit for double super effective Rock Slide, quadruple super effective, whatever it is, and a lot of fairies, funnily enough, which obviously Ho-Oh does really well against, and the backline doesn't really want to see at all. So yeah, I find Ho-Oh to be quite a good lead in my elo range, that being sort of 2200 to 2500, sort of dipping it up and down a wee bit, trying to climb but struggling a wee bit. Lugia, a very solid safe swap. Obviously you've got your things that you can sort of get walled by, like your Excadrills, your Metagross, your sort of steel types, but on paper, a dragon type, your dragon type fast move damage coming from the dragon tail of the Lugia against the steel types, as well as flying type charge moves, and also Lugia being a psychic type, you would think you would get walled by steel types. However, because Lugia is just so bulky, it's just got such a huge stat product that you can, if you really want to, you can take switch. It does sort of depend on if you can get an Aeroblast through, then you can pretty much take switch from anything. But if they shield an Aeroblast, then it's sort of game over. But yeah, we've got the Ho-Oh against the Dragonite here. They're going to go for the Claw, and this is not quite going to take us out. And we're going to reach the Brave Bird, and that is going to be good night. So yeah, like I say, this was a team from For the Battles. Again, follow them on Twitch, follow them on Twitter, all that good stuff. Ho-Oh against the Kyogre, absolute diabolical lead. Gonna switch into the Lugia, and again, they're not switching out here. I'm just sort of keeping track of what they're charging up to. So again, we've got, I think this is what I'm talking about. We've got the Steel type, which switches into the Flying type. They do have the Rock Slide, which it doesn't actually do that much, just because Excadrill is, it is strong, but compared to a Lugia, and just like that, because we got the Aeroblast through, I know that I can survive one more Rock Slide. I'm just going to farm all the way down. Plus, as well, they're doing 0 damage at all with the Mud Shot, which is good. They're going to come in with Kyogre, and they're going to throw straight away, which I'm totally fine with. This pretty much, Rayquaza can just come in and farm a whole heap of energy, because I know that at that point they're at 0 energy. Maybe not quite 0, I think they were at like 1 Surf after they threw, at 1 Waterfall after they threw the Surf. And that's actually going to be a CMP tie there. I'm obviously going to let it go through. I was counting there, and I know that it wasn't quite enough for a Blizzard. I'm going to go for the Breaking Swipe here. That's going to do a decent chunk of damage, and this is a little bit worrying. Obviously, we're not doing very much damage at all with the Incinerates. They do start to add up a wee bit, but like I say, they are not very effective. Gonna shield up here, and we have also lowered their attack 1 stage, so that is going to be a bit helpful. Gonna go straight for the Sacred Fire, just because I'm not wanting to debuff my attack, plus, not my attack, my defenses, plus there is the chance of lowering their attack. But because I do get the shield, I just go straight for the Brave Bird, and Kyogre that was pretty risky, because Kyogre was so low. I could just go for a couple of Incinerates and then Dragon Tail and take them out. Ho-Oh against the Mewtwo. I played this pretty crap. My move, to be fair, so did they. They let me get an Incinerate through. What I was trying to do there was sort of try and catch the Psy Strike onto the Lugia, But again, I failed it there as well. I think I'll let this one go through. But yeah, getting your move alignment is really hard when you're using an Incinerate Pokemon. A Pokemon with a 5-turn fast move, it's just not going to happen. So at that point, I think what I did was I was counting the moves, and obviously I deliberately didn't throw, because if I did throw, then they're going to get extra moves through. I try to catch on the Psystrike onto the Lugia. They do hold off on their move there. I'm going to go for the Aeroblast here. This is either going to do a good chunk of damage or going to get their last shield, which gets the last shield. Unfortunately, no attack buff for us, sorry. They're going to go for the Moonblast. Does a decent amount of damage. I think 2 isn't quite enough to KO. They're not going to be able to farm down either, so I think they need to throw another move here. We're going to go for the Aeroblast, and again, this is going to get them really low. And we're both sort of in a similar situation where we need to throw a move to actually take out. So they throw a Moonblast here, and we're going to come in with a Ho-Oh, try and just farm up on the Xerneas. They do, however, have a Groudon in the back, so again, this is just really, really good for the Rayquaza. And taking that game. It's funny because it's obviously it's a triple flyer team, which you would think just a total glaring weakness to like electric types or rock types, you know. Peep that catch, by the way. I liked that one. Deliberately held off on the Incinerate just so I could catch. I was happy with that. But yeah, because there's barely really any electric types in the meta. In fact, there pretty much isn't any. I mean, Raikou is not really that good for PvP. Your Magnezone, again, don't really. Zapdos, nope. And the only sort of thing that is really good against the Flyers is your Smackdown Tyranitar. But at the same time, Ho-Oh would power through that, because I don't actually think Rock resists fire. So I think you would be doing neutral damage with the Incinerates. Lugia is also going to be doing neutral. Rayquaza also neutral. So yes, it wouldn't be a problem. Plus, Tyranitar is quite brittle. Unfortunately, that opponent did lag out there, so we will skip that one there. Another Kyogre lead, not the greatest. We're going to swap straight into our Lugia. They're going to come in with a Dialga. And again, Dialga is one where if you can get an Aeroblast through, you can take switch if you want to. Unfortunately here, Dialga's one that I really struggle with for counting the moves. I did try and count there, but unfortunately, I just struggle with 1-turn fast moves. So they're going to be able to get us farmed all the way down. I think here I come in with Rayquaza, snipe before they get the move off, which is good. They're going to come in with the Xerneas, which isn't the worst because their Geomancy isn't actually doing that much damage, so we can shield up here, and I think I go straight for the Dragon Ascent, I want to say. So yeah, gonna go for that. Hopefully take them out. Which it does. What sort of damage is that? So we swap out just to clear the debuff on the Rayquaza. Don't really want to be taking any more damage than we need to be, just because this Ho-Oh is pretty useless against the Rayquaza. So here I actually go for the Sacred Fire just because of the attack debuff chance. Obviously we don't get it, but we were only going to get to one move anyway, and I just figured, why not? Gonna go for the Break and Swipe there. At this point in this game is ours. Because they didn't shield, I'm not getting to 2 moves here, so I just need to farm all the way down. There's no point in throwing any moves, and we're going to take that game. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like. If you didn't enjoy, leave a dislike, let me know why. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya! Peace.